Hello folks, my name is Ed Overstreet and welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. I'm going to go over two software programs that I used when I first started in astrophotography, Deep Sky Stacker and Photoshop. I was just beginning, as many of you are doing, and I was unsure really how to process the images that I had taken. I had discovered the need to have calibration files, but I needed software that could help me compile all of the information and produce a finished image so I could take it into Photoshop and complete the processing to a pretty image. So it was a lot of trial and error and searching for videos on YouTube. And in 2010 there weren't that many tutorials on astrophotography. There were some, but there weren't many. So let's get started. I'm going to open up first I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to open up this software program that is called Deep Sky Stacker. If you don't own it, take your browser and type in Deep Sky Stacker, and this will probably come up. Just go to the download page, go look for the 60, well, let's click here to download and look for the 64-bit right here, and click on that, or 32, and open up your install it. And when you do that, you're going to have a icon on your desk, and let's open it up. I took some pictures. Let me go to my E drive, and on the 2nd of January, I took some pictures of NGC 2264, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open those up and we're going to start working on them. So that's the goal. In order to do that, I'm going to go to the very top of the page, work my way down. I'm going to click on Open Picture File, and it's going to take me to, let's go back to the root of this, and let's go here. Now I have narrowband images here, so hang on a minute, I'm going to widen this. So I'm going to grab the HA, and I have 30 of those. They're 5 minute each, and I'm going to open my narrowband. I'm going to check all. You can see they're unchecked, and if you look under light frame here, it says there are 0 light frames. So I'm going to click on check all, and I have 30 light frames. Also, it rates the light frames if you choose to do that by the number of stars and that sort of thing. I'm going to now open up my darks, and these are the calibration frames that I took on 1223 for this kit, and so it automatically goes to those because I used those before, and it knows where they are. So I'm going to grab these 20 dark frames. I already have a master dark, but I'll load these dark frames, and it says I have 160 dark frames, so something's wrong. I need to find out what, because I don't have 160 darks. Oh, I know what I did. I'm not paying attention. I want to delete these. Remove from disk. Let's see, here it is. Remove from list. I want to open my dark frames, and these are 240-second long darks. So I took a series of darks from 15 seconds to 300 seconds when I did these darks, and so I just want the 240-second darks, and right here it distinguishes this set of darks from these 300-second and from these 180 seconds. So I want the now I have 20 of those frames. I want to load my flats for HA, and it takes me to the flat, and I don't want the looms, I don't want the greens. Again, I shot flats for all the filters. I have permanent 2-tier mounted telescopes. Alright, we want the HA flats. So we're working on the HA data first. So we'll open up the HA flats. And so I have flats 50, darks 20, lights 30, and we're going to load bias. And so we have 50 bias frames, and I'll load those. So now we have 50 bias, no dark flats. They're actually flat darks. That's a wrong way to refer to them. I have 50 flats, I have 20 darks, and 30 lights. So they're all checked. If you go, you know they're all checked because they're acknowledged right here. If they weren't checked, they would show 0. Now we want to go down here and check or click on register checked pictures, and the first thing I want to do is go to advanced, and I want to compute the number of detected stars, and I'll bring it down to 2%, and it has 1881. I don't want 1881 stars used in the stacking. Let's go to 25%. I want about 100. So I'm going to compute the number of stars. That's still too many. I'm going to go up to 40. That's 118. Let's go up another 4%. 109. That's close enough. So I'm going to use 109 stars in this process. Click on recommended settings. I'm going to use Sigma clipping. I could use one of the two. Sigma clipping has been checked. Sigma clipping is what I'm going to use. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go to the stacking parameters. We're going to leave this. I'm going to enable 2x drizzle because I am undersampled with this. I'm actually oversampled with this kit, and so I need to drizzle. We're going to align the RGB channels in the final image. We're going to uncheck that because I have mono. We're going to keep all available processors, so we're good there. Under light, we're going to use Kappa Sigma 2 and 5. That's not going to change for me because of the number. If I had if I only had 5 or 6 lights, I might use medium or average. Dark, I'm going to use medium kappa sip. What's recommended. We're going to have checked hot pixels detected. Not bad columns. I don't have any. The factor of 1, I've never checked that. I'm not sure what it does. Dark optimization, I am going to check. Flat, I'm not changing. Bias, I'm not changing. Alignment, automatic. Everything else stays the same. I want a TIFF file because I'm going into Photoshop. I don't want to create a calibrated file for each light frame, and I don't want to create a registered calibrated file for each light frame. Detect and clean remaining hot pixels, detect and clean remaining cold pixels, makes no difference. Leave the thresholds at their default values. Replace pixel value with the medium. We want to don't want a saved image for each, so we're good. Leave the temporary folder as the on default, and we're going to go to output. We do want to create an output file. We're going to use the file list name, a pin number to avoid an overwrite, which I don't think we're going to have. We're going to create an output folder, and that's going to be here where we have our we're going to make a new folder for Deep Sky Stacker. So we're going to be in the directory and folder where the lights are located, and we're going to use all available processors. So we're good, and we're ready to go. So it's going to perform its magic, and it's going to be working on creating a master dark frame, then a master flat frame, then a master bias frame. So it's computing the master dark. It's adding the flat frame and calibrating. So I'm going to come back when this process has finished. Okay, it's finished, and we have an unstretched image. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to take this slider, and I'm going to move this histogram to right where it starts going up, and let's apply it. And there's our cone in our cone nebula. This is NGC 2264. Okay, well, that's a bit of a stretch look of the hydrogen alpha data. So let's go over here and save picture to file. We're going to call it HA, and we're going to go to this directory here, and DSS, it's already saved it as autosave. I want to save it again as HA. Okay, now we're going to clear the list. I don't want to save anything. You can delete, you can keep the bias and the dark up there because we're going to use them over and over again. And you can just, I'll do both ways. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to click on my lights, and I'm going to go down to my last light. Go down again, hit the wrong key. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to remove from list, so we have no lights. We have our darks, and our flats have to come off. So we're going to go find our end of our flats, and we're going to go up and remove our HA flats. But it's easy for me just to clear the list and go get everything again. So now all we need are light frames and our flat frames, and let's do the let's open our lights up. Let's we did HA, so let's go and see what's next. We have OIII, so we'll take the OIII data. Oh, hit the wrong key again. My mic, it's in my line of sight. Okay, so let's check all, and we have 30 lights. They're towards the bottom. Here are our light frames. You can see right here, OIII is the filter, and these are 4-minute long, or 240 seconds. So we need to go get our darks, which will be 240-second darks. And so we need to go down to our calibration frames we took here, dark, and we're looking for the 240s. Starts there and goes to here. Open those, and we have 20 darks, 30 lights. I thought we got our flat frames. Let's check all. I guess we didn't, so we're going to go back to our flats, and let's go back down again to OIII. And now we do. All right, 50 flats, 50 bias, 20 dark, 30 lights. Let's go back to register stacked, advanced. Let's click on the number of stars, 208. Let's bring it up some. We want around 100 stars. A little more. That's fine. 118 is fine, but okay, perfect. Recommended settings, the same as before. It's good. Stacking parameters won't change. Standard. Sigma clipping. We got 2x drizzle still checked. Everything stays the same. Nothing should have changed. I'm just double checking, and we're still saving to the E drive, the Cone Nebula in the DSS directory. Okay, we're good to go, and we're going to click OK. Okay, and we're going to run it. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, we finished this up, and we'll stretch this and see what we got, and move it about there and apply. There's not a lot of oxygen in this image. Got some here, a little there. It's spotty at best. Let's go ahead and save the picture to a file, and this will be OIII, and it's going to our directory. And so what we're going to do is clear the list again, And this time we're just going to clear everything. We're not going to save anything. We're going to open our pictures. It's going to take us down to our S2 data. So we'll check all. So there's our 30 frames of S2. Let's get our darks. And we need 240 seconds again. And that starts there. So we have our darks in place, 20 darks. We need our flat files, and so we're going to head down to our sulfur. And open those, and those are 50 flats. And then we're going to go to our bias and open all of those. By the way, if you've already done this and you have included a master offset gain, then you don't need to load all of these. It's already been compiled. You can just click on this, and that's what we'll do. I could have done that for the dark too. So it shows we only have one bias frame, but it's a master, which is the compiled 50 files that has already been stacked. So it just keeps the Sky Stacker from having to do that again. And I could have done that for the dark frames too, but not the flats. We needed a new set of flats. So let's go to our registers stacked images, advance, and let's compute the number of stars. 40, that's not enough. Drop it. Let's go way down. 127, let's go up a little. Perfect. Okay, let's see the recommended settings. They haven't changed, so we're good. Stacking parameters, well, shouldn't have changed to X drizzle, light, good, dark, it's good, flat, medium, offset, bias, good, alignment, by automatic, intermediate, there'll be TIFF files. We don't need calibrated file for each light. Cosmetic, we're the same. Output, nothing's changed. We're in that folder, so we're good to go. And let's let it do its magic. I'll come back when it's finished. Okay, we're finished with this one, so let's take a look. I'm going to move this middle caret to the right, about right there, and apply. And this is our S2 data. Doesn't look like there's much there. We may not have a good image to work with. Let's move this up a little more. Right where they cross. Let's see if that's too much. We'll reset it and go back again. Yeah. Usually it works best about right there. Well, we'll find out when we go into Photoshop if we have any usable data, but the S2 and the OIII did not look that promising. The HA was okay. We're going to find out because we're going to try completing the processing of NGC 2264, the Cone Nebula, in Photoshop, and that will be our next video. So we will save this picture as S2, and we will close out of Deep Sky Stacker, and I will see you guys when we get back again. Thanks for watching, and if you don't mind considering liking and subscribing to the channel for more of photography related videos. Catch you later.